Hey Lords, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is of course the great and glorious CB famous Monday Nick Dutch back again one more time. If I've got my technology right, after a whole afternoon of studying this stuff, just trying to make sure I got all my knowledge, all my wisdom all sorted out and sorted out properly, you should be seeing this with the option of somewhere on the bottom right hand side of your YouTube player screen. There'll be that little cogwheely thing there. You may be able to click on it and to be able to select between different forms of 3D viewing modes. If everything's worked okay and I've pressed the right buttons and I've downloaded the right things and because the moment you get yourself a new bit of technology designed to make your life a little better, a little easier, okay, what happens is everything gets a little bit more difficult because you've got things to read, things to look up on the internet, things to play around with, practice and experiment with. Because whenever you got new stuff going on, right, you got to experiment to make sure you're doing it right, make sure you're keeping your learning on track. And I've always had this lust thing going for 3D. It goes way back since when I was a kid, basically. I think it's about 8 years old. And I went to a hologram exhibition, and when you're an 8-year-old kid, you see a hologram, you fall in love, And I was about 10 or 11, and some friends of mine in school were talking about actually buying lasers and getting all the stuff. But when you're 11 years old, that stuff's out of reach financially. Then when you become a proper adult, okay, you still realise that stuff is out of reach. And you realise that stuff is still out of reach primarily because stuff is expensive, and you still got to pay your bills. Now 3D is a lot more commonplace. It's becoming more commonplace, okay? So it's much easier for me to get hold of this wonderful little toy which I now hold in my hand, which is staring at me with its two non-blinking eyes in a rather spooky and eccentric manner. And hopefully I'll be able to do much more. I want to do the tarot show in 3D, I want to do all kinds of stuff in 3D, and fingers crossed it'll actually work, and I'll be able to get all my brain working with parallax and setting up the scene and lighting and everything else, all the technology on the friendly camera as well, and scary stuff. Intellectual engagement time is here. Now, how do I turn this new thing off? Did I read that page in the instruction manual? How to turn a fucking thing off? There we go. Speak to you soon.